even if you don't make it through this entire video all the way to the end, I would encourage you just to go all the way to the end if you would. And I wanted to just offer up a couple of special words to someone very special to me regarding the events of the last week. So if you would, check that out. Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 Plus Fitness Journey. Now today is Thursday, February 24th, 2022. And if you happen to catch my last video, you'll know that I was out of town. I was in Baltimore, Maryland, and we were there for a funeral. And I mentioned that we were coming back on Thursday, which is today. And the we being me and Mrs. 60 Plus Fitness Journey and her 17-year-old daughter. And in that video, I mentioned that I was going to take about a week off, thereabouts, to rest up, and I had mapped out an outline of a new five-day workout program for me. But, so, as it turns out, I drove back yesterday, Wednesday, and the girls are coming back today for a number of reasons. Just worked out better that way. And so this morning I woke up. I had no intentions of going to the gym this morning. Last night I was tired, but I got up, felt great. I can't help myself. So instead of a week off, I'm going to have like 3 days off, but it felt pretty good. But what I did was I wanted to try out one of the new aspects of this new 5-day workout program, which is the introduction of a chest shoulder day. Now I think tomorrow I'm going to whiteboard this new 5-day workout program, show you what I'm up to. But for today, I just wanted to try the chest shoulder workout, which is what I did today. And it's still kind of a work in progress, but I liked it. So let me show you what I did today, and then we'll catch back up in a few minutes, as we always do, wrap it up. Let's go do it. Okay, here we go. Chest shoulder workout. And I'm going to start with my chest portion. And the first chest movement today is going to be this hammer strength incline press. Now, after some warm-ups to get my shoulders all primed and ready to go, I did 3 sets of heavier, for me anyway, incline presses at 5 to 6 reps. This felt really good, and as you can see, I'm using my single arm approach, which I've come to love. I just feel like I have a lot more control over the muscle contraction. The mind muscle control just feels better doing it one arm at a time. Now, I finished up the incline portion by doing 1 set to failure, obviously with lighter weight. I think I got just a little over 20 reps on each arm here, and it felt good. This was a nice way to finish up the incline session. I was focusing on my upper pecs here, and needless to say, that's pretty much what the incline's for, but I was able to hit it really well. Again, I'll credit that to using the single arm approach. It takes a little bit longer to do one arm at a time, but I think it's well worth the effort for me. And I was keeping this workout hopping. I wasn't spending a lot of time between sets and bebopping around. And really the only time I spent waiting was just relocating my camera, which is probably a good thing, because then I might have been moving a little too fast. So, but there was the incline session. Then I moved over to do 1 set of flat presses again on the hammer strength machine, and this was 1 set to failure. I did do 1 little set prior to this as a finder set to figure out what weight I wanted to use. I think here I've got a 45 on each side, but this was excellent. I got about 20 reps on each arm. And see right there, that was a nice way. Since I was using only one arm at a time, I could use the other arm as to force a couple of reps in. So that's another advantage to the single arm approach. I'd like to say, though, after looking at this, I've got some pretty ugly facial expressions going on. I'm going to focus on trying to eliminate that. as I'm doing these going forward. But one set of flat, we'll call it, presses. There's that cheater right there. That works great. Get one extra forced rep in. So then moved over to some cable flies. And if you've been following me lately, my chest workout has definitely included a lot of cable flies. I prefer cable flies much more than the bench flies. Just I feel like, again, I have a lot more control. There's the tension is pretty much always on here, or at least it feels like it to me, much more so than on using dumbbells. I did 2 sets of these to failure. I think I got about 20 plus reps on each one of these. The first set was a little bit of a higher fly. I had the cable set a little higher, maybe shoulder height. Then this set here, I lowered them to come more from a bottom up. But the cable flies are going to be a staple of my chest workout going forward. I like these. And these 2 sets felt great. And I could really feel the contraction on every one of these. Yeah, that was good. Now today, I decided to include or reincorporate my dumbbell incline presses. I've had a little issue with my right shoulder, so I stopped doing dumbbell incline presses for a while because they hurt that shoulder. And that's pretty much back in order now, so I wanted to reincorporate these. Now previously in my earlier chest workouts, I'd always start with heavy incline dumbbell presses. And since these felt pretty good, I might go back to that on my next chest day. I went a little lighter here. Obviously I've already gotten some work in too. I think I'm using 50-pound dumbbells here. And I think I got 13 reps on the first set and 12 on that last set. But I'm happy with that, in that my shoulder didn't hurt. It felt good. It's a nice 2 sets of dumbbell inclines. And here I'm going to transition into my shoulder work. I'm going to use this little machine here, which I feel kind of touches the top of the pec and then moves into the deltoids. And then I'm going to follow up with some rear delt work later. Now, 2 sets of these machine overhead presses, we'll call them. Again, here I'm doing the single arm approach and using my cheater right there. Nice. This machine is excellent. I like this. A lot of times I'll turn around and face the other direction just to get a little bit different movement out of it. But this is my first shoulder movement of my chest shoulder day. And I think I was doing 12 to 13 reps on that. I followed that up with some lateral dumbbell raises. And I was going to do these with lighter weight, higher reps, and fairly deliberately. You see I'm leaning on that wooden beam there. That feels pretty good to me. I started doing that a couple of workouts ago. It just seems I get a better contraction and better focus on the outer delt in particular when I do that. These are drop sets, and here I finished up my right side with a lighter weight. I think that's a 10-pound dumbbell there. I started out with a 20 and just did drop sets here for 2 sets. There's the right side. Of course, did the same thing on the left. Again, 20 to failure almost, and then jumped down to a lighter 10-pounder. That felt great. That was a nice lateral dumbbell work right there. And again, my right shoulder felt good. So that's progress. I tell you what, these burned. That was hard. It really was. Then I moved into my rear delt work. I did some standing rear delt flies to failure. Did 2 sets of these. Now, a lot of times I'll do these supported
on a bench. But honestly, I think I feel this better, or I definitely feel it more in my rear delt when I do these standing. And in my mind, I have to really focus on the contraction at the top. When I was doing these, I felt like I was stopping a little bit longer at the top, but at any rate, I felt that pretty good right there. My rear delt's got a good little workout with that 2 sets right there. And this was, I think I got up to 25 reps on both sets there, so that was good. And then I finished up with one final set of dumbbell lateral raises to failure, and this was going to be one epic final set, and it turned out it was. Here I'm using 10-pound dumbbells, so this is fairly light. So I think I got 25 reps out of this total. It was excellent. I really felt this on my outer delt here, and some traps too. You can see right there, you definitely get the traps activated on this. So all in all, this was an excellent workout. I'm happy with it. The chest shoulder day, I think, is a nice way to incorporate both elements into one single day, and I'm going to continue with it. Maybe fine-tune it a little bit, but there it was. And thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, so there it was. The workout for today is a pretty good one. I do want to wrap this up with a little note. The reason we were in Baltimore, Marsha's daughter, Mrs. 60 Plus Fitness Journey, her daughter, 17 years old, and her dad had just recently moved to Baltimore. And literally had been there like less than 2 weeks, moved into a new condo and was starting a new life up there. And he literally passed away in his sleep, completely unexpectedly. And it was just crazy. And you can imagine Marsha's daughter, I'm not going to give you her name, but she's 17, and you can imagine. You could just imagine how hard that was, and it's going to be. So, if you think about it and you can, just offer up some good thoughts for her, and Marsha too, for that matter. Anyway, thank you for visiting. Appreciate it as always. I love every one of you guys and gals, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you taking the time to visit, and thank you. So, with that, expect a new 5-day workout program summary tomorrow or soon, in the next couple of days. And with that, I'll say, until next time, go get 'em. Mark out.